Now we'll take a look at the introduction to Google Cloud Storage. So firstly, there are many different types of storage available in Google Cloud. So here are some of the different types of storage and what it is good. For example, for object storage, cloud storage is best, and it's good for streaming videos, images, data lakes. Then you have block storage. There are different things in block storage like persistent disk and local SSD. Then for archival storage, you can continue using cloud storage. It's good for backups, media archives. For file storage, you have a file store, which is a fully managed file service and can be used for various applications. And then for data transfer, you have things like data transfer service, transfer appliance, and then finally you have mobile app services, which is cloud storage for Firebase. And of course you have Google Workspace, which is part of the G Suite, and you can use things like Gmail, Calendar, Chat, and Meet. So we will be only concentrating on Google Cloud Storage in this lecture and the following demo. So what are the advantages of cloud storage? So firstly, it's unlimited storage with no minimum object size. Of course, it is limited by the trial, and the more storage you have, the more you have to pay. Worldwide accessibility and worldwide storage locations through multiple regions and availability zones. Low latency. High durability. It's 99.89, I believe, which is the annual durability percentage. Geo-redundancy if the data is stored in a multi-region or dual region. So what are some of the key features of Google Cloud Storage? Transition to lower cost classes easily. So you can configure your data with Object Lifecycle Management or OLM to automatically transition to lower cost storage classes when it meets the criteria you specify, such as when it reaches a certain age or when you have stored a newer version of the data. Multiple redundancy options. So cloud storage has an ever-growing list of storage bucket locations where you can store your data with multiple automatic redundancy options, whether you're optimizing for split-second response time or creating a robust disaster recovery plan. You can always customize where and how you can store your data. Easily transfer data to cloud storage. So as we saw in an earlier slide, storage transfer service and transfer service for on-premises data offers two highly performant online pathways to cloud storage. Both with the scalability and speed you need to simplify the data transfer process. For offline data transfer, there is a transfer appliance, which is a shippable storage server that sits in your data center and then ships to an ingest location where data is uploaded to cloud storage. Storage classes for any workload, so you can save costs without sacrificing performance by storing data across different storage classes. You can start with a class that matches your current use and then reconfigure for cost savings. And under the storage classes, you have various types like standard storage, which is good for hot data that's accessed frequently, like websites, streaming videos, mobile apps. Then you have nearline storage, which is low cost and good for data that can be stored for at least 30 days, including data backups and long tail media content. Cold line storage is very low cost and is good for data that can be stored for at least 90 days, including disaster recovery. And then archive storage is the lowest cost and is good for data that can be stored for at least 365 days, including regulatory archives. So now let's take a look at the free tier limits. So as part of Google Cloud Free Tier, cloud storage provides resources that are free to use up to specific limits. These usage limits are available both during and after the free trial period. So it's an always free tier. If you're no longer in the free trial period, usage beyond these always free tier limits is charged according to the pricing table. So I will add the link to the resources section. But at a very high level, it has these limitations, like so you can store 5 GB standard storage, and class A operation and class B operations are 5,000 and 50,000. So class A operations or object adds, buckets, and object listings, and class B operations are gets and retrieving bucket and object metadata. Again, you should be well within your free tier if you're just trying this out. And network egress, 1 GB, that is outgoing data is 1 GB from North America to each GCP egress destination. Australia and China are excluded, but you can always use the credits from the free tier for egress to these locations. And there are some restrictions around which regions you can use, and it's aggregated. And then the final thing is you can always set API request caps to prevent getting billed for usage beyond the always free usage tier limits. That's outside the scope of this course, but you can always read up more on it. So the topics that are covered in the demo are, so we will first see how to use Google Cloud Storage to store files and retrieve it, etc., directly from your local machine. But then we will also see how to use this to transfer files to Google Cloud VM. So that was a quick overview of Google Cloud Storage. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.